Scene.org brings you the attention harvest, using AI to capture fans before the algorithm takes them away. Okay, let's dive right into this explainer because today we're tackling what is easily one of the most frustrating traps in the entire modern music industry. We're talking about the rented attention trap. Look, if you've ever had a song clip catch fire, or a video suddenly spike in views, or just an influx of new comments, you know that rush, right? It feels like the door just finally cracked open for you. But then, almost as quickly as it arrived, the feed just moves on. The algorithm sweeps you away. So today, we're going to break down how to stop being a victim of that algorithm and start actually capturing that attention before it disappears forever.
You know, in the modern music business, we've basically been trained to celebrate all the wrong things. We sit there cheering for reach, for impressions, likes, saves, as if those vanity metrics are the actual finish line. But, as MakingAScene.org points out so perfectly, they just aren't. They're only signals. Really smart artists, they look right past the vanity and focus completely on capturing relationships, turning viewers into customers, and building entirely owned fan ecosystems. Because honestly, a view is not a fan, and a stream is definitely not a customer. Attention comes and goes incredibly fast these days, and if you're treating a single like as your big win, you're literally missing the entire race. It all really boils down to this harsh reality. The stream listener is a passive resource. The engaged fan is the customer. We all need a pretty serious reality check here. Social platforms, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, whatever, they are built to harvest relationships for themselves. They are data and advertising companies. They are absolutely not charities designed to just hand independent artists a stable, middle-class career out of the kindness of their hearts. Every single time a fan watches your video but doesn't actually enter your world, the platform wins way more than you do. You're out there generating the attention, but the platform is the one harvesting the relationship.
Which brings us to the real core paradigm shift of this explainer, the attention harvest. Basically, this is the process of finding fan interest while it's still piping hot, capturing it with crystal clear permission, and turning that rented attention into owned relationships. You have got to stop being just a free content supplier for massive tech companies. It's time to start owning your own ecosystem. And hey, it's not about tricking anyone or spamming people. It's simply about noticing the moments that actually matter and building real, durable connections before the platform buries your art under, the next viral dance trend. Now, this challenges standard industry practice in a massive way. Think about this. Why is Listen on Spotify actually a flawed call to action? I mean, we all use it, right? But when you send every single interested fan straight to a streaming app, what do you actually get? Well, you might gain a fraction of a penny, but what do you lose? You lose the direct relationship. You don't get their email, you have no idea what city they live in for your next tour, and you definitely don't know if they'd be willing to buy a ticket or physical merch. The stream is useful for sure, but as a final destination, it just creates total dependency on the platform. To really understand how to capture these fans, we need to completely shift our focus from passive attention to active intention. Attention is simply when somebody notices you. They watch 3 seconds of a clip, they get the gist, and they keep scrolling. Intention, on the other hand, is when they take an action that suggests they actually want more. They leave a comment, they share the video, they click the link in your bio. Because let's face it, as an independent artist, your time is incredibly limited. You literally cannot afford to chase down every random view. You have to learn how to identify the real heat. And to do that, we can literally score this behavior. MakingAScene.org actually shows us how scoring high-intent fan signals helps artists recognize the exact moment a fan is ready for a deeper invitation. So a simple comment, that might be 1 point. A save, meaning they liked it enough to want to return to it later, is 2 points. But then look at the heavier actions. A QR scan at your live show is 8 points, and a merch purchase is a massive 15 points. You have to stop treating all engagement as equal. When a fan hits a certain intent score, that is your giant flashing signal that they are ready to be invited further into your world. But here's the catch. Timing is absolutely everything. When is a fan most likely to actually move from attention into action? Well, it's a remarkably small window, and it is hottest right after the moment of discovery. It's that exact second when they get chills from watching a live video of yours, or they hear a specific lyric and think, wow, that's literally me. If you just collect their little like and move on to scheduling your next post, you are wasting absolute gold. Missing this moment is a massive missed opportunity. You need a capture path ready right when their emotional connection is at its absolute peak. And that capture path is what makingascene.org calls the fan passport. This thing is a crucial tool. And actually, scratch the idea of a dusty old email newsletter. It's far more than that. It's a permission-based relationship layer. It's a memory system. It essentially replaces the algorithmic void with a fair, totally transparent exchange. Think about it. The fan gets access, exclusive content, rewards, and in exchange, you get organized fan identity. You finally get permission to communicate directly with them without having to beg some algorithm to please deliver your message. So how does this whole passport thing actually work in practice? Well, a fan passport records relationship moments as stamps. You can track new fan stamps, show stamps, merch stamps, even city stamps. Tracking these physical and digital actions gives you, the artist, a living, breathing map of your support. Just imagine planning a tour with this. Instead of randomly guessing where to play based on passive, vague Spotify data, you can see exactly who scanned QR codes, who actually bought merch, and who joined your passport in very specific cities. It entirely replaces guesswork with actual hard data discipline. Now, I know exactly what you might be thinking. Managing all of this data sounds like a ton of work, right? Well, that is exactly where artificial intelligence comes into play. But we have to be super clear about its role here. AI is your radar system. It is not a discount data vampire. We aren't using AI to be creepy or to stalk fans, and we absolutely aren't using it to replace genuine human connection. No, we are using AI to read patterns, to summarize the signals, and to sort through all the noise so that you, the artist, can respond humanly at the exact right time. To get specific, makingascene.org highlights a very actionable stack of tools you can use literally right now to protect your time. ChatGPT, great for spotting language patterns in fan comments. Claude is absolutely amazing for summarizing long, messy threads of fan feedback. Perplexity can handle up-to-date market research on local venue scenes for you. Zapier or Mick, they'll automatically connect your web forms to your email platforms without you ever needing to hire a developer. And ManyChat is fantastic for capturing fans via direct messages the second they comment a keyword on your post. These tools do the heavy lifting of sorting the data, so you can just focus on making the music. As you build this system out, always remember the difference between the old way of doing things and the new way. The old marketing funnel is basically a cold factory metaphor. You're just dumping people in the top and squeezing money out the bottom. That is totally wrong for music. Fans are people. They're not toothpaste. What you actually want is a relationship path. A path built on permission, on memory, and on appropriate invitations. You wouldn't ask someone to buy a $100 deluxe vinyl box set just because they watched 3 seconds of a reel, right? No, you match your invitations to their intent level. Okay, let's distill all of this into an actionable blueprint. Drawing straight from makingascene.org's roadmap, here are the exact steps to build your capture system today. Step 1, define your destination. This should be your own artist hub or website, not just some messy third-party link tree. Step 2, place capture points absolutely everywhere. QR codes at the merch table, links in every single bio. Step 3, connect your tools using the AI and automations we just talked about. And finally, step 4, build a welcome path. Please don't just vanish after they sign up. Welcome them, reward them for joining, and actually ask them what they want to hear about. And this brings us to the ultimate mindset shift you really need to make here. Social platforms are just doors. Your artist-owned ecosystem, that is the house. This entire rebellion we're talking about isn't about deleting your Instagram or rage-quitting TikTok. Use those platforms, pitch the playlists, share the reels, have fun with it, but never ever confuse the door for the house. The goal is to own the exit. Direct all of that rented attention back into the house that you actually own, where your fans are remembered and where you control the communication. Because ultimately, we all have to face this punchy reality check from makingascene.org. Hope is not a strategy. Exposure does not pay the van repair bill. I love that line. The old industry system constantly sold you on exposure. But let's be real. Exposure usually just means someone else is getting all the monetary value while you are left holding the bag of hope. Owned relationships, real, direct connections with engaged fans, those are what actually create real revenue, what pay for your studio time, and what build a durable, lifelong career in music. So the absolutely crucial point we're leaving you with is this final provocative question. How many people cared enough to actually step into your world? It's not about how many millions of empty, passive views you got today. It's about how many of those casual viewers you successfully invited home before the algorithm just swept them away. Make sure you check out the other great articles and resources on makingascene.org, the place that indie artists goes to build the new music industry.